1. Unleash the master within. Passion is the thing that will help you create the highest expression of your talent. Larry Smith, TEDx, November 2011. AIMEE Mullins has 12 pairs of legs. Like most people, she was born with two, but unlike most people, Mullins had to have both legs amputated below the knee due to a medical condition. Mullins has lived with no lower legs since her first birthday. Mullins grew up in a middle-class family in the middle-class town of Allentown, Pennsylvania, yet her achievements are far from ordinary. Mullins' doctor suggested that an early amputation would give her the best chance to have a reasonable amount of mobility. As a child, Mullins had no input to the decision, but as she grew up, she refused to see herself or to accept the label most people gave her, disabled. Instead, she decided that prosthetic limbs would give her superpowers that others could only dream of. Mullins redefines what it means to be disabled. As she told comedian and talk show host Stephen Colbert, many actresses have more prosthetic material in their breasts than she does in her whole body, and we don't call half of Hollywood disabled. Mullins tapped her superpower, her prosthetic limbs, to run track for an NCAA Division I program at Georgetown University. She broke three world records in track and field at the 1996 Paralympics, became a fashion model and an actress, and landed a spot on People's Magazine annual list of the 50 most beautiful people. In, two, in 2009, the 5'8" Marine stood on the TED stage at 6'1", the height she chose for the occasion. Mullins picks different legs to suit the event. She uses more functional limbs for walking the streets of Manhattan and more fashionable ones for fancy parties. That literally was the launch pad to the next decade of my life's exploration, said Mullins. Mullins believes her TED appearance began a conversation that profoundly changed the way society looks at people with disabilities. Innovators, designers, and artists outside the traditional prosthetic medical community were inspired to see how creative and lifelike they could make legs. It is no longer a conversation about overcoming deficiency, it's a conversation about potential. A prosthetic limb doesn't represent the need to replace loss anymore. So people that society once considered to be disabled can now become the architects of their own identities and indeed continue to change those identities by designing their body from a place of empowerment. It is all humanity and all potential within it that makes us beautiful. Mullen's determination made her a world-class athlete. Her passion won the hearts of the TED audience. Secret number one: unleash the master within. Dig deep to identify your unique and meaningful connection to your presentation topic. Passion leads to mastery, and your presentation is nothing without it. But keep in mind that what fires you up might not be the obvious. Amy Mullins isn't passionate about prosthetics, she is passionate about unleashing human potential. Why it works? Science shows that passion is contagious, literally. You cannot inspire others unless you are inspired yourself. You stand a much greater chance of persuading and inspiring your listeners if you express an enthusiastic, passionate, and meaningful connection to your topic. In October 2012, Cameron Russell told the TEDx audience, looks aren't everything. Cliche? Yes, if it had been delivered by anyone else. Russell, however, is a successful fashion model. Within 30 seconds of talking the stage, Russell changed her outfit. She covered her revealing, tight-fitting black dress with a wraparound skirt, replaced her 8-inch heels with the plain shoes, and pulled the turtleneck sweater over her head. So why did I do that? She asked the audience. Image is powerful, but also image is superficial. I just totally transformed what you thought of me in 6 seconds. Russell explained that she is an underwear model who has walked runways for Victoria's Secret and has appeared on the covers of fashion magazines. While Russell acknowledges that modeling has been good to her, it paid for her college, she is also keenly aware that she won the genetic lottery. Russell showed the audience a series of before and after photos. The before photos revealed what she looked like earlier in the day of a photo shoot, and the after photos displayed the final ad. Of course, the two photographs didn't look at all alike. In one photo, Russell, 16-year-old at the time, was literally posed with a young man whose hand was placed in the back pocket of her jeans. Russell had never even had a boyfriend at the time of the shoot. I hope what you're seeing is that these pictures are not pictures of me. They are constructions, and these are constructions by a group of professionals. by hairstylists and makeup artists and photographers and stylists and all their assistants and pre-production and post-production. They build this. That's not me. Russell is a ma- Russell is a master of her craft, modeling. But modeling is not what she's passionate about. She's passionate about raising self-esteem in young girls, and that's why she connects their audience. Passion is contagious. The real way that I became a model is I won a genetic lottery, and I am the recipient of a legacy. And maybe you're wondering what is a legacy. Well, for the past few centuries, we have defined beauty not just as health and youth and symmetry that we are biologically programmed to admire, but also as tall, slender figures and femininity and white skin. And this is a legacy that was built for me, and it's a legacy that I've been cashing in on. Russell's looks made her a model. Her passion made her a successful speaker. Russell and Mullins were given a platform because they are masters in their fields, but they connect with their audiences because they are passionate about their topics. What fuels a speaker's passion does not always involve their day-to-day work. Russell didn't talk about posing for photographs, and Mullins didn't talk about competing in track and field, yet each gave the talk of her life. The most popular TED speakers share something in common with the most engaging communicators in any field: a passion and obsession they must share with others. The most popular TED speakers don't have a job. They have a passion and obsession, a vocation, but not a job. These people are called to share their ideas. People cannot inspire others unless and until they are inspired themselves. In our culture, and we tend to equate thinking and intellectual powers with success and achievement. In many ways, however, it is an emotional quality that separates those who master a field from the many who simply work at a job, writes Robert Greene in Mastery. Our levels of desire, patience, persistence, and confidence end up playing a much larger role in success than sheer reasoning powers. Feeling motivated and energized, we can overcome almost anything. Feeling bored and restless, our minds shut off and we become increasingly passive. Motivated and energized speakers are always more interesting and engaging than bored and passive ones. I am often asked to work with CEOs on major product launches or initiatives, helping them to tell their brand stories more effectively and persuasively. I travel around the world to visit brands such as Intel, Coca-Cola, Chevron, Pfizer, and many other companies in nearly every product category. In any language or any continent, in every country, those speakers who genuinely express their passion and enthusiasm for the topic are the ones who stand apart as inspiring leaders. They are the ones with whom customers want to conduct business. For years, I started with the same question during my coaching sessions with a client. What are you passionate about? In the early stage of building a story, I don't care about the product as much as I care about why the speaker is fired up about the product or service. Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks, once told me he wasn't passionate about coffee as much as he was passionate about building a third place between work and home. A place where employees would be treated with respect and offer exceptional customer service. Coffee is the product, but Starbucks is in the business of customer service. Tony Tsai, the founder of online retailer Zappos, isn't passionate about shoes. He told me he's passionate about delivering happiness. The questions he asks himself are: how do I make my employees happy? How do I make my customers happy? The questions you ask will lead to a very different set of results. Asking yourself, what's my product, isn't nearly as effective as asking yourself, what business am I really in? What am I truly passionate about? Tony Sai is so passionate about customer service and employee engagement. He is a sought after speaker at events and conferences around the world. He has to turn down far more requests than he accepts. Since many speakers are bone dry because they have no passionate attachment to the topic, watching an enthusiastic speaker is as refreshing as drinking ice cold water in the desert.